Really proud of the guys and the win we had today. I felt like in the second half, we had control of the game. And then, Penn State, they do such a great job with their pressure defense. They turned it up a bit, and I thought we lost our composure for a second. But the biggest thing is that in losing our composure, we didn't lose our connectivity as a team. And I thought the guys did a really good job of settling down and getting the game back. To get the game into overtime and to get a win like this on the road, even though it's a neutral site game for us. We hadn't played well on the road all season, but to get this win here today, it was really big for us. So I'm just proud of the collective group. Because going on the road is never easy, and for us, this is the first game of a long trip. And so now we go to Hawaii. So we'll try to figure some things out. We'll celebrate this until midnight, then it's on to the next one.
Before we go to questions, for those who don't know, Kowacie Reeves Jr. is the one who's on your right, Tafara Gapare on your left. All right.
Kowacie, what does a win like this do for you guys moving forward?
I feel like it gives us a lot of momentum, like being that this is our first kind of road victory, and I feel like this gives us confidence in knowing that we can pull through and stay connected on the road.
Kelly?
Tafara, can you talk about the first half? You were really feeling it for the first time since you've been here. Kind of what was clicking tonight for you?
It was a slow start to the season for me. I didn't really see the ball going to hoop that much. He just came out, hit the first shot, felt good. Teammates, the connectivity in our team that first half was really good. Momentum just kept going.
Tafara, were you amped up to play in this venue?
Yeah, for sure.
Did that have something to do with the big game?
No, like wherever I go, I treat it like it's home. I try my best to not worry about what's going on around me. Play every game like it's a regular court.
Let me say this about him. The thing about it is when you're so talented, when you're a talented player like him, I think that, you sometimes what they say, a jack of all trades and a master of none sometimes. But see what he's done, he's come back from that concussion and he's lost himself in the work. And so each and every day, man, he's working. He's working. He's working when nobody's looking. And I see it every day in practice. I've seen him coming. I know Kowacie can speak, understands that too. And it was tidbits. So you've seen this coming. Like, there's no surprise. Anybody that's been in our practice, anybody that's been around our program, you've seen this coming. And so the thing about him is when he wants to, and I tell him this all the time, it's not about scoring. The ball was going through the net today, but that doesn't define him. He can guard 5 positions. He can go rebound. He's the most athletic player on the floor most nights, and he can go impact the game any way he wants to. And I think that the biggest thing for him is just locking in each and every day, and that's what we try to do. And I'm proud of him, for the way he played tonight, so everybody can see what we've been seeing for a minute.
Kelly?
Kowacie, can you talk about the last sequence there? You had 2 shots, and then Miles gets fouled and hits the free throws. Kind of what did you see in that sequence?
Yeah, I mean, growing up playing, you always dream of hitting a game winner. So I'm like, I really am open right now. I shot it, I missed it. I'm just like, it's still time on the clock, so I just went to rebound. And then Miles being the player he is, man, with those type of players, they can impact the game whenever. It don't matter if they have an off night or those type of players, they always good. So he just do what he do, and I knew he was gonna make the free throws.
Were you surprised they called the foul there, or did you think they were going to call it?
I thought it was going to let it go, but I feel like it was enough contact for them to call it. Yeah.
Less is more, man. Less is more.
Coach Stoudamire, could you expand a little bit on the connectivity? You spoke about that a minute ago. It's been easy for the team to lose that lead at the tag end and not make it to overtime. And it's still a young team, still learning themselves in the situation, essentially a road game. Can you talk about that connectivity a little bit more, please?
Yeah, when I talk to these guys, and I was fortunate, coming from Boston, and so I talk to these guys a lot about, not overreacting to whether it's good or bad, stick to the script, play within yourself, know your strengths and know your weaknesses. But the biggest thing is have connectivity each and every day. Pull for your teammate, do the right thing, and don't worry about somebody else doing their job. You do your job. And so I think that's what I'm talking about. And so, it's been like that. And you can see it coming each and every day. Because these dudes will tell you, like, I lean on them every day. I coach in games totally different than I coach in practice. In practice, I overreact to everything. I don't really care because I need to know that they're getting what I'm preaching. And, I'm starting to see the results. And, I love our team. I love the youthfulness of our team. The biggest thing for us in terms of the connectivity now, and I told them this before the game started, whether we were up 10, down 10, the adversity we were going to come through, we had to show ourselves more than anything that we're capable of winning games like this, and we're learning how to win together. That's the biggest thing. We learn how to win together, and this was a great step. And the connectivity that we have, again, you see that each and every day in practice because it's coming back to college. It's not easy to put together a team full of basically transfers, So I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them for the buy-in that they've had.
Thank you.
Coach, just this season generally, where do you feel like you are as far as, creating a culture for the team, and what does a game like this do to continue that?
Well, it does a lot, in terms of culture, you're fighting for that each and every day, and that's why practices aren't they're not as cool for them. You know what I mean? So I just try to share my experiences as a player. I try to share my experiences that I've been with coaching in terms of the players that I've been with. And I try to get them to understand that everything that I do is for them when they leave. It's not even really for here. The culture that I create and the culture that I want to create is really just one of accountability. And I want players that I recruit to be able to call guys like these two and ask them about the program, and they don't never waver in the things that they preach. That's what I want. And I appreciate these guys because I know that it's not easy coming in each and every day, because to win games is hard. But to win games with new players and to have buy-in and to try to get them to understand the things that you want them to do or the things that you see that can help them be successful, if they don't see it the same way, there's always a little bit of resistance. So I appreciate them for allowing me to do that. But the biggest thing to that, though, I will say this, is that I don't care who you are and you have your own kids, nobody's going to let you coach them, nobody's going to let you preach to them until you show them that you care. And so that, to me, is even bigger than me. We talk just as much about life as we do about basketball.
One more.
Coach, Terry Parker, what went into the decision for the league program?
I have no clue. It was a personal matter with TP. BJ Elders moved up, and we'll just move from there. TP talks on it, he'll talk on it, but it's not my place to. But we moved BJ in, and BJ has been elevated, and he'll be there the rest of this year.
Kelly, one more.
Sure. I was just curious about the last 4+ minutes of regulation, and they started full court press, and you guys were turning the ball over. Just kind of what were you seeing? Was it just a little panic, or were they just really good with how they were D'ing them up, or what were you seeing?
Tough team to play against. That family that Mike Rose come from, it's deep, and it's like I was called to play Shaka this year. I don't want to play you quite yet. So it's not a matter of us being rattled. It's organized chaos. They know what they want to do. What we're trying to do at that time is we were in survival mode. I thought we quit attacking. And so when you beat a press, you got to attack a press. That's the thing that keeps them off balance. And so we were playing on our heels. We weren't coming to balls. We were throwing soft passes. And that's the things that ignited them. So we got to get better in that area. And, as we go through the schedule, hopefully we don't play any more teams like that. But at the same time, too, again, I was proud of the guys for regrouping because it wasn't easy. We could have rolled over. But we didn't. We fought, and we gotta good victory this afternoon.
Thanks, guys.